This unforeseen event occurs at the beginning of summer, when Viola has just finished school. St. Winifred, her alma mater, is an expensive public school which prides itself on turning out ladies. Refined young women who are mostly unemployable, and have certainly not been taught domestic subjects but who will nevertheless, it is believed, have no problem finding suitable husbands among their own social class. Secretly, Viola has already made her choice in this respect. She intends to marry the Reverend Mr. Chisholm and have 10 children. Now she is waiting for Chisholm to respond to her subtle, ladylike advances. However, at the same time she is in charge of the household, tending to her father Harry, who writes articles on literature, her 12-year-old sister Persephone, who also goes to St. Winifred, and her 5-year-old brother Nicholas Anthony, Derbyshire. Their large house, the old vicarage, has not been renovated in a long time, which has started to show in places and does not make life easier for them. They have named the spare bedrooms after the problems that have befallen them. Dry rot, woodworm, the mildew room. While they are slowly adjusting to their new life without mother, Clementine Kemble occasionally informs them about her current whereabouts. They get cheery postcards from such faraway places as Marrakesh, Cairo, Istanbul, Samarkand, Kuala Lumpur, Eureka, California, Los Angeles, and Acapulco. When Harry Kemble thinks they cannot cope alone any longer, he hires Gloria Perkins, a friend of his wife's, to keep house for them. However, Gloria turns out to be not only dim-witted but also spectacularly incompetent as a housekeeper. The only dish she can prepare is goulash, while at the same time she is a young, unattached, and very attractive woman. Gossip among the villagers that she might be Harry Kemble's mistress seems inevitable, especially when people find out about her loose morals. Gloria wouldn't recognize a moral principle if it was served up to her on a plate with chestnut stuffing. Even the Reverend Chisholm seems to be attracted to Gloria and succeeds in involving her in various church activities. Just as Viola starts becoming slightly suspicious of the two, Chisholm, to her great and pleasant surprise, proposes to her, adding that the responsible thing to do will be to wait for a year or two for them to get married. Nevertheless, in seventh heaven now, Viola discards any ideas of continuing her association with Johnny Wrighton, a friendly young man who has obviously fallen in love with her but whom she considers definitely beneath her as he is the son of ordinary farmers. On Christmas Eve, 6 months after having bolted from Shepherd's Delight, Clementine Kemble makes a surprise appearance at the old vicarage. Looking out of the window, the Kembles see a beautiful woman clad in mink alighting from a London taxi, her baggage in tow. Only gradually does Harry Kemble accept it when his wife informs him that she has made up her mind to stay for good now. Immediately she takes over the regime again, having been used all her life to getting her way in all decisions big and small, whether they concern her own person or another family member. She gets rid of Gloria Perkins by inviting her husband's literary agent for the weekend and having her run off with him back to London without even doing so much as saying goodbye. She subtly prepares for the family's move from Derbyshire to the island of Sark, where she has just inherited a beautiful house but where no one except herself wants to go and live. And she vehemently forbids Viola to marry Chisholm. Udharan Chinne. When Perse gets into trouble by sending poison pen letters to a number of villages, Clementine Kemble once more takes the initiative. To protect her girl from being found out, she deliberately spreads the rumor that it was her husband who, allegedly in a temporary state of overwork and confusion, has written and dispatched them. Harry Kemble is furious when she tells him but at the same time can do nothing about it except thinking about relocating to another part of the country, maybe Sark. The tragic aspect of Percy's bizarre adolescent prank is the ensuing suicide attempt of Agnes Buttle, a middle-aged spinster accused by Viola, herself the recipient of an anonymous letter, "Leave him alone or I'll kill you," of writing the letters. However, as it soon turns out, Agnes Buttle has had other reasons for being desperate. First and foremost, the Reverend Chisholm's abominable behavior. To further his career in the church, he made advances to Buttle, whose uncle was a bishop, although she is more than 10 years his senior. When that uncle died, he dropped her. Chisholm has also fallen in love with Gloria Perkins and only proposed to Viola to avert attention from his association with Gloria. Viola considers it an important step in her journey from green girl to full-fledged adult when she breaks off her engagement and calls Chisholm a poor little bastard. At the beginning of April, shortly before Viola's 18th birthday, the Kembles finally moved to Sark. By now Viola has realized that she loves Johnny Wrighton, but her mother already has other plans for her. Viola is to get a job in Berkshire as a receptionist for a distant uncle of hers who is a GP there. That way, Clementine Kemble assures her, she will meet many eligible young men to choose from, only by means of a ruse. She tells her little sister that she got pregnant from a day tripper to the island. Can she eventually convince her mother, who for an awful moment loses her poise and fears that it actually might be true, that they are now on the same footing? At the end of the novel, Johnny Wrighton proposes to Viola, and Clementine Kemble not only gives her consent but also surprises them by giving them the old vicarage as a wedding present.